Like and subscribe! Welcome to the Sonic OVA review. I probably did a separate intro there. If not, though, that's whatever. I watched this yesterday because I wanted to, because I haven't seen it in a while, and I wanted to remind myself of things before I actually got into, like, the actual review portion of today's recording. Yeah, we're watching it at double speed, one, to avoid, like, copyright and thereby death. So that's great. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, the OVA. I really like how it uses game music, like here. Like, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Because I think the last time I saw this, I was like a kid and didn't know anything about the games beforehand. So, rewatching this was like a trip because I actually knew like what Angel Island was, for example. I'm gonna be honest, like, with Sonic's early clips here, because, like, later in the film, he starts talking, like, stereotypical superhero, and honestly, like, his voice from this portion of the film, I actually like a lot, but I feel like once he gets that weird inflection in later, it's weird. I also kind of like Tails, although he is a little, nasally, which lots of people talk about. Yeah. Yeah, Sonic. Yeah, shut up, Tails. I find it really funny how they just made this owl guy. I really like Sonic's, like, not give a shit attitude in the start of this film, although once he starts doing, like, superhero, like, kind of save the world type stuff later in the film, he does really, like, start sounding a bit off. Although I really do like a lot of the delivery from Tails in this film. Like, aside from a little bit of nasaliness, like, I do generally like the way Tails sounds. To me, it kind of sounds like at least early in the film, it kind of sounds like, I mean, for Sonic at least, it feels like a mix between, like, Jaleel White and, Ryan Drummond's Sonic voices, like an in-between, which I feel like it really, like, works for this film. It's like a nice in-between. Because, I mean, it did release around that time anyway. Okay, this film has a lot of Sonic CD references in it, and I was really happy to see that. Like, it's really cool. Oh, look, the flowers look like Sonic. That's cool. Except, though, I guess the spikes are a bit more like Shadow. But still. He isn't even looking at them. He's so smart. Probably. Fuck yeah, the tornado. Recently, I actually bought the movie, the Sonic movie 2 Tornado playset, just because I wanted the tornado. And I'm gonna be honest, it's really cool. I'm gonna be honest, I think like one of the coolest things Sonic ever does in the games, movies, whatever, is just stand on a plane. No seatbelts, no nothing. He just stands on a plane. It's cool. Oh look, it's Eggman. You know, I know Sonic is supposed to be fast, but I don't know if Tails is supposed to be light-blindingly quick. I really like how they drew Robotnik in this film. It feels like really on model. At least in comparison to Sonic, because I really don't like how his lower quill is always shorter than the middle one. Again, I like a lot of Robotnik's early delivery, but I feel like later in the film, he, like, gets weird. God, I love this film. It's such a stupid plot in the beginning. Metal Robotnik. Shut up. Although I feel like maybe, I don't know for sure, but maybe in the Japanese they called him Metal Robotnik, but they called Eggman Eggman? So maybe it was a reference to how they called him Robotnik over here in the West, but I'm not sure. That's just a theory. It's probably not true. He's so smart. Forget about it. I really think the president looks so weird. And why does the girl look so, like, why does she look basically anime human? And I feel like Sonic fans when SA1 humans versus Unleashed humans, they really do look like that, actually. And Eggman just looks like Eggman because he's Eggman. He is the Eggman. This is where the weird delivery starts, although I feel like it makes sense here because they're on a plane. I was so confused when I saw this first, but then I noticed the health bars. Game over. I'm not gonna lie, they probably just put these in to fill space in the film, because it's only like an hour long. Like, they didn't need the first one, they could have just made it this one scene. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of weird new things. I feel like the Land of Darkness is probably just like, because it leads to Robotropolis, which is weird. Maybe this was, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. They could have just called it the Wastelands, though. I mean, it would have made sense. Or they could have just said this takes place after SI2 and it's poor, flooded Station Square. Because that city over there does not look good. Okay, this is about where the cool Sonic CD animation references start. Like, this is very clearly, like, that's a bit of a reference. This is 100% a reference. This, like, right here, I would not be surprised if they just traced all this, like, or, like, that looks like they just grabbed it right out, you know? Although some of this is original, and I honestly feel like, it really does feel like a Sonic game, and that's cool. That feels like a homing attack to me. When I saw it, and I was like, hey, that looks like the homing attack. Like, it doesn't look like he jumped on it, and then it broke. It looks like he flew into it from the air. I feel like warp zones are probably references to special stages, which, you know, would make sense. I'm trying only to talk when necessary so that I can just upload this without getting sued.
What does it say about this place? It just exited the warp zone, so according to the navigator, these are the ancient relics. Ancient relics? These?
It doesn't really look like ancient relics. They never really explain this. It feels like these are the kind of things we should know about, but, you know, we don't. That doesn't make as much sense as they like it to, or maybe it does. Maybe it takes a few thousand IQ to understand the Sonic OVA. As much as I hate, like, the rough idea of this plot, I love, like, the idea of Metal Robotnik. I just kind of wish he had a different name. I don't know why, but Metal Robotnik is, like, the best animated thing in this entire film. But, like, he can break through the other robots, unless they're made of, like, styrofoam or something. It would make sense that he can break this thing. The famous flip-off scene. Wings. Man, this is... I'm not gonna lie though, like, this movie, like, some of the animation is a bit weird. But, like, overall, a lot of the animation is really, like, good. Like, look at this. This looks like a pretty cool scene. Honestly, feels like something out of, like... It actually feels less like something that would be in... Maybe, like, I'm thinking of the Sonic Advance games, because those bosses are, like, chase bosses, which is a cool concept, although I feel like it could be better executed. I think it might be Sonic Advance 2 only. Time to die. He just straight up tried to murk them. Like, at the time, this was kind of unheard of. I mean, I guess in the games he can kill you, but I don't know. In the games it feels a little different, because canonically speaking, he never actually achieves it. This feels a lot more purposeful. It reminds me of when he threatened to kill Amy in SI2, which is a very funny thing to have to say. I do think Sonic can be a serious franchise, though. Like, you can recognize how silly... The OVA hat, let's go! You can, like, recognize how silly something is, while also recognize the fact that just because something's a little silly doesn't mean you can't take it seriously. Like, and you can also make anything seriously. Like, on Twitter a lot, I see people being like, meh, 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 meh. It's a cartoon hedgehog. Yeah, well, Dracula's a grown-ass old man who turns into a bat and he bites people. Like, that sounds stupid now, doesn't it? Because he made it sound stupid. That looks really cool. This is kind of just an excuse for me to watch a film and call it working, I'm not gonna lie. Knuckles. I really don't like how Knuckles just flies in this film. Why didn't Knuckles grab that, and why can't Tails grab it? By escaping. Yeah, Sonic really just... That's not even a swimming issue, that's just him having problems. Aw, damn, Eggman, sucks you have performance issues. Yeah, it really does feel like a homing attack. How did Knuckles get unstuck? Did it just evaporate? I honestly really like the whole team attack thing. It feels like something out of Sonic Heroes. I really don't like how Knuckles just flies. Like, I feel like... Imagine if Knuckles could just fly in the games. That would be hilarious. Ooh. Ouch. Honestly, the weirdest thing about this film was the cat girl. I prefer Knuckles with a deep voice, but honestly, I feel like these guys feel like a lot younger. I mean, of course they're like 15, but like they do feel younger in this game. Yes. I mean, I really do like just seeing them chilling out together, though. It's so cool. Cause like obviously, you know, since it went from like right from Sonic 3 to Sonic Adventure, there was no scenes of just these three hanging out. Well, not as many anyway, because, you know, the cast started getting bigger, which isn't a bad thing, but it's so cool just seeing them hang out before Heroes, especially in animation. Like, here, Knuckles feels fine, because he's gliding. Although, I honestly really do like the hat. Like, it feels so stupid, but I love it. It has charm to it. Like, I'm happy it doesn't happen in the games, but I don't know. It makes him feel different from the other two. There was this one episode of Adventure Time I saw when I was younger where Princess Bubblegum couldn't solve a math problem because it was like 2 + 2 or something, and she was like, "Oh my god, it's so hard, right? Because he's smart." I feel like that's how Tails just felt when he like forgot he could fly. Lots of flashing lights in this film. Probably gonna cover that up. Okay, I love Metal Sonic. I feel like this movie and seeing it when I was younger might be part of the reason, but God, I love Metal Sonic. Metal Sonic. God, those shots look cool as hell. Great analysis, Tails. The ghost of a robot. Great job, Tails. Great job. Knuckles is so stupid. I really like this though, because Knuckles is like he's not as smart as the other two, but that's just like deductive reasoning, you know. Like I hate calling him dumb because he isn't dumb, but you know, I like his representation in this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand why they feel like calling it hyper metal. I'm gonna be honest, maybe that's how they intended it to be in Sonic CD, but I think this was released after Sonic. I feel like this was released before Sonic Adventure, and this might be where they got the idea for Metal Sonic having that ability in Heroes. I feel like maybe the way Metal works is that he scans Sonic specifically in his base form, but when he like goes into his special form in Heroes, like he can scan the life data of other creatures, and then of course, you know, that his limitations don't matter at all when he absorbs the power of the emeralds. Did they mean Little Planet? Is that supposed to be Little Planet?
No, I don't want to. I want to go home now.
Or the moon?
About to show you something that's really spectacular.
Oh, maybe it's the Sega Saturn. But, you know, because it's not the greatest of frame rates in my analysis here. Blue Streak speeds by Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's it. Be a pain in my egg.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought he said ass the first time I watched this. Sonic will never again be the pain in my ass. Did I say the?
What a perfect night for lying on the beach. Master Sonic, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
I'm gonna be honest, Metal Sonic, like,
Master Sonic, this is
Metal Sonic is just a cool design. God, it's genuinely, like, one of the most genius, like, designs. I really like metal doppelgangers of, like, existing heroes. It's such a cool concept.
I remember leaving Robotropolis. I know. I've got to stop metal.
You do.
Oh, man, we're staying here. What's in the house? Oh, man, where are you? Doesn't look like anyone's even been.
Old man, old man.
I'm behind you. There.
This is the part in the parody where they download Sonic R34. Don't Google that. Onto a chip, and then they implant it, and they get prepared to implant it into Metal's face. That parody is great. I love it.
Oh, look, Sonic's data. He knows everything. His likes, his dislikes, his personality, and all his thoughts.
It's funny how he says that, but like in like 5-10 minutes, Sonic is somewhere Metal isn't. It's really funny. Angel Island. I don't think it's Angel Island. I think, or are they talking about their planet?
Sir, please don't tell Sonic.
They might just be talking about Little Planet.
Why shouldn't you tell me?
You see, Metal isn't here. Ooh, that was the first appearance of Blue Arm Sonic in a film.
You're going to the North Pole. That means Metal has finally found the point of destruction. You should get ready now, Sarah. Are you sure you can trust that thing? After all,
Yeah, like that does make sense.
Just give your eyes peeled for Sonic. I know what to do.
It's because like he has access to the memories, but the memories don't like affect him. It's a one-way streak. Although I feel like that's got to be some pretty expert coding on Robotnik's part, making sure he knows of all of Sonic's memories while not being impacted by them.
I got here too late.
It's like watching a movie, except he can't empathize with the emotions, and Tails would be having him like empathize with the emotions.
Down to the real fight. The last Sonic standing will be the winner. What? This world isn't big enough for both of us, and one of us has to go? Well, I agree.
I love how we got all that from like a few beeps. It's like C-3PO and R2-D2. God, this fight's so cool.
You might know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you, since I know everything you're going to do. Strange.
Strange, isn't it? God, this is hilarious. 10 out of 10. I'm gonna be honest. As a kid, I always thought that it was just Sonic hitting his balls. Invisibles, if you will. Did that explosion look like robotic? That stupid turtle. Although, because in Sonic 2, he already has flying turtle robots.
There you are, Sarah. It's time for you to whip me now.
Hey, get off! I never thought you'd stoop that low. Look, Metal's still going. Sonic, too!
I love how that hat just like sometimes disappears randomly, but it never flies off his head. It's always a random frame that it's not on him. I don't think it falls off of his head ever.
I don't know. Will you try for me, brave man?
Wow, Knuckles, I can't believe you're a furry. It looks like Sonic, but it's bad. The dumbest friggin' line in this whole thing. I wonder if the plot would be any better if I understood the Japanese and I could, like, listen to it in Japanese instead. I don't know, I kind of like the campy charm of it. Why does the president just own a rocket? The thing is, Metal, like, unironically, this made me really sad as a kid. Because, like, Metal genuinely is feeling some of Sonic's personality. And I feel like his programming is what makes him want to be eradicated. Because, like, that's his original programming probably peeking in. Because if he was truly, like, fully Sonic, he would probably understand that, he could stick around and do a lot of good and just exist, but instead, he's like, nah, I don't want imposter syndrome.
Come on, don't look so sad, Sonic. It's not like you at all. She's right. You should be happy. Thanks to you, the planet was saved.
Oh no, you're all fools.
I am the Eggman.
Next time I'll build an even stronger metal that won't be handicapped by Sonic's personality, and then I'll take over the entire planet. It must be very humbling to be in the presence of such a great scientific mind.
Such a dumbass.
Finally over. Thank goodness everything's all right. Almost. Not yet. What did you do that for? So now we're finally even. Sonic. What do you mean? Come back. Sonic, wait for me. Wait for me. Why did you hit me? I was getting you back for stepping on my head, Sonic. I don't remember doing that. You did not. You won't get away. I'll get you. Get off of me.
Oh, typical Sonic the Hedgehog adventure. I feel like this might be like a good time to start talking about my general thoughts on the film, like the review portion, I guess. I really do like this film. I always have. Like, it's not amazing. Like, I wouldn't say it's like the best thing to come out of Sonic, but I'd say it's like it's definitely like not mid, I guess. Like, it's definitely very good. I really hope you can overhear me over this music. But God, like, I just really enjoy this film. It's solid. I like it. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is the end of the video, so don't forget to like, subscribe, like I probably said in the start. I don't know how I feel about farming for engagement. Like, at first I was like, oh, I don't want to do that, but I don't know. Anyway, goodbye.